behind me are the dark predictions that I made for June 2026, and this is part 3. I'm now checking to see which ones came true, if any. And we've also already published part 2 and part 1, so if you're curious about my accuracy, you can check that out on my channel, or I'll put them in the description. So all these are public and available. You can see what remote viewing is possible of doing or predicting. And this is, again, part 3. So we've already done part 1 and part 2. I think it was 5 out of 7 or 6 out of 7 on both of those. But anyways, go check it out yourself. We'll jump right into this without wasting too much time because this video is already late. I should have done it earlier, but I was busy making other videos and doing some stuff. And also we have our new website, darkpredictions.com, so make sure to check that out. There's so much going on there. I'm posting apps. I got my music there if you want it. And like over 30 different predictions, stock predictions, crypto predictions, oil predictions, gold and silver, all sorts of good stuff. Make sure to check out. And my uncensored predictions. So why should you join? Starting with the first one. Did you guys notice that Australia, Asia, and Europe both had a bit of a resurgence in bird flu? So yep, starting strong with number 1. But obviously, before we go any further, I don't want any of these to be true. I hope that they're wrong, but end up being true. This one, I barely even need to check because that was definitely true. Record-breaking heat and fires for many areas. And then notice how I put many areas because it was Europe, it was America, forget where else, the standard places as well. But we all know what happened there and is continuing to happen, so that was correct as well. Major event in India. This one I double-checked. We can count this as incorrect, but there were a few incidents, but not hundreds like I predicted, so we can count that as a miss if we want. Moving on. And this one's interesting, so we'll quickly cover the fact that it did obviously happen, but there at the last minute there was some like court case where they tried to shut it down. And the way this kind of works, multi-dimensional theory, multiverse theory, in one universe it didn't happen, like they shut it down last minute. And maybe I was picking up on that because if you were watching that carefully, there was a potential at one point, and it was very close. It was like in court, they were almost going to shut it down, and of course it's probably corruption or something. Sorry about that. But either way, interesting that there was a parallel reality where that did actually happen, but it was wrong in this reality. Okay, but I'll just give you that. Next, world government asking for dem money. Many say we have nothing, only money for war. If you haven't noticed, the $1.1 trillion war machine, plenty of budget for that. And all the other budgets seem to be getting restricted. And I think we're still going to see a resurgence of that other thing that we were talking about because of all this. And so I don't know. You guys can count this one or don't count this one. Honestly, don't feel like looking it up. I saw it, I said it, it's probably correct, but it could be not correct. I honestly don't care because it's at this point kind of speculative. You can look it up. Same with this one, actually. So this one's not looking too great, actually. This is probably one of my worst ones. Or it just hasn't happened yet. But the last one's very interesting. But so hold on. The public discovers only 50 years of oil left, but in my research, it didn't really happen. Like the public hasn't quite figured that out. Maybe it's something that happens in July. I don't know. Or maybe we're purposely not being told this because of what would happen. I don't know. But you could also consider it wrong. I don't know. It's up to you. The last one, this one's another interesting one, guys. Do you remember when I said some type of shockwave event? Now, I'm going to show you quickly before I show you what I have here. But remember the date that I published this, and sometimes I say it comes a little bit early. And if you haven't noticed, it's more early than not. Like if the ones that have been following me for a while, you'll see like I get a lot of these come true early. And so that also could influence when I'm searching for these and I say, oh, that didn't happen. Maybe it happened a couple days before the month started, and I'll show you when I posted this. Watch. Okay, I'll just pop it on the screen up here. The top of here, from my notes, you can see when I posted that. And you can see, yeah, if you guys remember correctly, so I'm fading off the screen here. If you guys remember correctly, May 28th and May 30th, those like 2 days, there was two major like shockwave incidents, one in South Carolina and one up north by New Hampshire. And everyone was freaking out, not knowing what was that shockwave, what was that sonic boom. It came like 2 days early, before June. May 28th, May 30th. Look it up, count it if you want, or don't. But this is the nature of things. It's very difficult to get them perfectly. But there is something here, and we're doing well. It's just not, you know, exactly June 1st that these things may happen. They might happen a couple days early, might have a couple days late. I don't know. You know what I mean? Time is fluctuating and very interesting and weird and wonderful and fantastic. And so are you if you've watched until the end of this video. So make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new here, because we go through this every single month. I've already posted July predictions and August predictions. Everything else uncensored is on my website, or you can email me at offgridsecrets@gmail.com if you want to get personal predictions or to learn how I do remote viewing, because anyone can learn. It's a bit like music. You just got to practice. Some people are better at it than others naturally, but anyone can develop that skill. So if you want to talk about that or personal predictions, or check out the website, there you go. Have a nice day.